Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Dream Setlist, the show we're doing each and every day throughout the month of March, where we pick some of our favorite bands and conjure up a dream set list that we would love to see that band play, whether it's past, present, or future, any lineup, any group of songs from any albums. We are in the captain's chair. We are calling all the shots. Today, joining me in the co-captain's chair on this edition is none other than Mr. Jack Toledano. Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Very good. How you doing, Pete?
Doing all right. Arm's a little sore today.
Okay.
After
Well,
my
yeah,
Moderna
you
shot
sent me the
yesterday.
picture.
Yeah.
Very happy for you. I'm glad you got it done. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like as soon as they opened up the window for my age group and the fact that I don't have a public facing job, I was able to get on in like 2 seconds.
I'm impressed you were able to get in so fast.
Yeah, they opened up a lot of seats for it, or whatever the hell you call it. But and it was fine yesterday, in and out. But man, about like 6 hours after I got the shot, the arm started to feel a little sore, and I got up this morning. I'm like, Good morning, Miley.
Sorry.
Good morning, Miley. How are you?
Well, that's because Sam emerged.
There you go. So today we're going to put together our dream set list for none other than The Who. So a band that I know I've seen a handful of times over the years, but I thought the prospect of doing this was pretty cool because, I only got to see them 1981 and forward. So, and by that time, it's basically The Who's greatest hits all the time. So this I was actually looking forward to this, and I know Jack was the one who suggested it. So I'm going to have Jack kick us off with his dream set list for The Who.
All right. Thanks, Pete. So you say you saw them in 81?
I saw them at Shea Stadium.
Believe it or not, I only saw them once in 2016 in Madison Square Garden.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Unfortunately, Keith Moon was long past.
Yep.
John Entwistle was had passed away about 10, 12 years earlier.
Yeah.
So I basically just got to see Roger Daltrey, Pete Townsend, and Zach Starkey.
Zach Starkey and Pino Palladino. Yeah.
Yeah,
I caught them on that first farewell tour, and it was 81 or was it early 82? I don't remember. It was either 81 or 82. It's when they did that first farewell tour, and they played with The Clash and David Johansen. So that might have been early 82. I'd have to look at my ticket stub. It was right around
that must have been a great one.
But, yeah, it was pretty cool. And then I saw them a month after Entwistle died at the Garden, which was a very bittersweet show, but they were the best I ever saw them. And I caught them up in Boston too. I think probably around the same time you saw them, about 2015 or 16, something like that.
Right. But still a great show. And unlike the other dream set lists I've done, this is a true dream set list. Of course, I only saw them the one time later on.
Yeah.
And I was trying to decide which album do I want to base it off of. So I went back and I re-listened to a lot of their albums. And do I pick Who by Numbers or Who Are You? But I decided, you know what? I'm cutting it off at Quadrophenia. So basically, this is going to be on the Quadrophenia tour. Of course, even as Pete Townsend said, he thought that it was their last greatest epic album. So
he's probably true, as history shows.
Okay. Oops. So I have my set list here, but I guess I cut off the first couple of songs, so we'll just read it that way. So to open the show, even before the curtain drops, it's going to be the 6-minute instrumental Quadrophenia, just to kind of get everybody started. So once that music's done, curtain drops, they make a right turn, they go right into My Generation. Okay. Then they go into probably one of my old favorites, I Can't Explain. From there, they go into The Seeker, Pictures of Lily.
Nice.
So then they go, at that point, they introduce Quadrophenia. They go into The Real Me, which I love. Then The Punk and the Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
So then, so basically this concert is made up of mostly Quadrophenia, Who's Next, Tommy, and then their older stuff. And I was looking for more of their older stuff, some of their more deep tracks, and I found this one that I really liked. I Can't Reach You on the Who Sell Out. Really cool. So then they go to Who's Next for Bargain. Then they go to John's one lead vocal, My Wife. So then they go back to the Who Sell Out for a song called Odorono. Yeah, really cool song. But if you look at the cover, so I have a prop for everybody. So if you look at the cover, Pete has this oversized Odorono canister that he's, using as antiperspirant. But on the other side, you have Pete Townsend who's soaking in a tub of baked beans. Something like this, except his can's about 5 times the size of that. Yeah. The funny thing is, you cannot get this in the U.S. Sam had to order this through Amazon, and basically for an art project that she's doing for it's called Construction. So
I love how they spell beans on there.
Yeah, isn't it cool though?
Yeah. Yep.
So maybe have like a prop in the show where at the end of the song the beans spill on Keith Moon or somebody. Yeah.
That could get kind of messy.
Yeah. So okay, continuing on. So after Odorono, there's going to be a block of Tommy with Amazing Journey, The Acid Queen, one of their favorites off that album, I'm Free. Back to Who's Next for another favorite of mine, The Song Is Over. I wish there was a way Pete could play piano on stage to that song, but it's so hard, but with the guitar and the piano happening at the same time. But
that's why you call on John Rabbit Mundrink, right? And get him.
Yeah, there you go. Or do like the Eagles do. Have 10 performers behind you backing you on stage. So anything can be done.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to Quadrophenia for I'm One. That's the song they actually did play at my garden show back in 2016. Next to my ultimate favorite song, and it's off of Quadrophenia. This would probably be my all-time #1 Who song favorite, 515.
Yeah, that's great.
Absolutely love that song.
Yep.
Amazing. From there we go to Pinball Wizard. Back to another oldie for Anyway, Anyhow, Anywhere.
Nice.
So then back to Who's Next for Going Mobile. Love Reign Over Me. And closing out the show with We're Not Gonna Take It. So then we go to the first encore with that familiar synthesizer, Baba O'Reilly. Continuing on with The Kids Are All Right and Substitute. So then second encore, more very familiar synthesizer and organ with Won't Get Fooled Again. This is a song that almost missed the cut, but I brought it back. Summertime Blues. I know you love Live at Leeds.
Mm-hmm.
And then the very last song of the evening, it was released as a single, I believe. So they brought it in. Long Live Rock, Be It Dead or Alive.
Yep.
And there you have it.
Very cool. I'd go see that show. In a heartbeat. So, of course, for the Who, I'm going to have to also hop in my time machine because I never got to see them with Keith Moon. So that's got to happen for this instance of the Dream set list. So I am actually going to hop in my time machine, but I've also created a show that did not happen. So this is going to go back to the summer of 1976. So Jack, also being a New Yorker, I think you'll remember back in 1976, New Jersey debuted this new stadium called Giant Stadium for the very first time.
I know it well.
Right. So the inaugural rock concerts, of course, this became the home of the New York Giants, right? But the inaugural rock concert at this brand new Giant Stadium is actually going to be the Who. So they are going to play a big, grand, boisterous, bombastic concert at this newly renovated Giant Stadium in the summer of '76. And this is going to be basically a epic night celebrating the albums Tommy and Quadrophenia. So the band's going to come out. They're going to open up with one of my favorites from Mr. Entwistle, Heaven and Hell, one of my favorite songs that he wrote. Made famous because was never a studio song, and they played it a lot early on in their career. It's on the deluxe edition of Live at Leeds, as well as the Isle of Wight live albums, right? So from there, we're going to go to Bargain, the best I ever had. From there, we're going to dust out their first little mini rock opera, a quick one, While He's Away. All right. From there, we're going to go to Can't Explain. Next, we're going to go to the familiar synthesizer opening of Baba O'Reilly, Little Teenage Wasteland. And then we're going to get a lengthy Quadrophenia medley. So we're going to go I'm the Sea, The Real Me. Can you see the real me? Can you?
And yeah.
Can you?
Can ya?
From there, we're going to go to Quadrophenia, The Punk and the Godfather, The Dirty Jobs, I've Had Enough, Jack's favorite song, 515, Sea and Sand, Drowned, Bellboy, Dr. Jimmy, The Rock.
Bellboy, that's cool. Yeah, your little
I love Bellboy, yeah.
lead vocal action there, yeah.
Yep, exactly. The Rock, and then, of course, finishing up the first part of the set, Love Reign Over Me. Okay, band's going to take a quick little break, 10, 15 minutes, right? Let everybody go to the bathroom, get another beer, whatever. They're going to come back out, and they're going to launch into the familiar strains of the beginning of Tommy. So here we've got a long, lengthy Tommy medley, all right? So first, starting off the overture, leading into It's a Boy, Amazing Journey, Sparks, The Acid Queen, Underture, Fiddle About, Pinball Wizard.
I like that one.
Go to the Mirror Boy, dun, 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 I'm Free, and then finishing it all off with We're Not Gonna Take It, the big See Me, Feel Me grand finale. Okay, but wait, they're not done yet. From there, we're gonna go right into Tattoo. Excuse me. From there, we're gonna go to two kind of session tracks from the Who's next time period, Naked Eye and Water, Behind Blue Eyes. And the last song of the set is going to be I Can See for Miles. Then they're going to come out for the encore. They're going to do an extended little jammy version of My Generation. And then, of course, the final track of the evening is going to be a powerful and potent Won't Get Fooled Again. Good night, cool. Everybody.
Yeah, that now I'd see that show. That's very cool.
Well, you know, it's like I've never in the handful of times that I've seen the Who, I've had chances, I just haven't, where they've done in the last like 30 years or so, where they've done like full album. They play like all of Quadrophenia, they play all of Tommy, and Daltrey went on tour recently. I've never seen any of those shows. I've seen them play songs from them. So for me, this would be cool because they're doing like, you know, like maybe 60% of each album in like a long, you know, kind of a big extended medley. So not really medley because they're playing full songs, but taking kind of like the best of both of those albums and putting them together. So I think that would be pretty cool to see that at a big, huge open air show, you know, 80,000 people and play, you know, some of the hits as well as some of the cool deep album cuts. So
they're bombastic enough to be able to fill that stadium with a lot of sound. I mean, I think, didn't they break a record for the loudest concert?
At the time, yeah, I don't know if it still holds, but yeah, at the time they were, you know, the loudest. You know, that at the time it was either them or Deep Purple, I think, that had, you know, were in the Guinness Book of World Records. I don't know what it's, you know, who it is now or what, or if anybody even cares anymore. But back then, they were considered. But
and
I think it's equal for me because I would get to see Keith Moon, and I think in 1976, Keith is still probably performing pretty well, close to his normal self, because quickly right after that he started to, you know, break down quite a bit, and then, you know, before you know it, he moved on. So it's interesting. First of all, show everybody your t-shirt. I think that's of course we're doing a little Who's Next today, right?
That is an amazing album. I read that, you know, that it was started out as the Lifeboat or Lifehouse project. And then it degenerated down, and they just decided to take the best elements of that and just make a regular album out of it. And you have Who's Next.
Yeah. And thankfully, you have that wonderful Who's Next Deluxe edition, which has all of the other stuff. Also,
Right.
the full live show at Vic's, right? Which, I mean, this was meant to be like a full on like rock opera type of thing, or, you know, he wanted to do a film and all this kind of stuff. So Pete had a
Right.
pretty grand vision for Who's Next. And actually, you know, the final result was still fantastic in so many
Yeah.
Desert Island Discs, right? But just imagine if his full vision had happened. Could you imagine, like, as great as Who's Next is, and it's arguably one of the greatest, you know, rock albums of all time.
Yeah.
But imagine like Tommy, as grand as that is, and then Who's Next if it was as full blown as he originally intended, and then Quadrophenia after it. I mean, that's when you think about it, that's like pretty crazy, right? 3 albums in a row like that.
Yeah.
Pretty intense.
Imagine it. Yeah.
The guy's creativity was going off the charts at the time. So yeah. So there you have it, everybody.
Paranoia.
What's that?
So is this paranoia.
I know. Yes. Yeah. I think all his brandy drinking didn't help that either at the time, right?
Right.
So,
yeah.
But that's our dream set list for the Who. So for all of you watching, you Who fans, put together your dream set list for the Who down in the comments below. I've had more than a few people asking throughout the last week or so, Pete, are you guys going to do the Who? Are you going to do the Who? We're waiting for the Who. Well, there you got it. So 2 dream set lists for you for the price of 1. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube.
All the damn time.
There you go. Jack is wearing his shirt. Jack, you want to show off that shirt available on our merch page?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right, that's the wonderful Dragonfly shirt, one of my favorites. I dig that one quite a bit. David did a nice job on that. So if you haven't already, please visit our merch page. You can find the link below in the video description. We've got that shirt. We've got the shirt with the manta rays on it. We've got the original Sea of Tranquility logo shirt. We've got Hudson Valley Square shirts. We've got Monsters Den shirts. We've got hoodies. We've got stickers, coffee mugs, caps, and baseball hats, all sorts of fun stuff. So go check that out. We've got a link to our Ko-Fi page below if you want to make a donation. And but most of all, if you haven't subscribed and you watch, please subscribe. We would appreciate your subscription. So for Jack Toledano, I am Pete Pardo. See you all tomorrow morning for another edition of Dream Setlist. We've got coming up tonight. We've got hopefully another edition of the Monsters Den tonight. So I'm not going to get into why I say hopefully, but hopefully it will happen. If not, we might be taking a week off for the Monsters Den, but we'll see you all tomorrow morning. Martin Popoff is back on the show tomorrow. So check us out for Friday morning at the Fun House with Pardo and Popoff. So once again, for Jack, I am Pete. See you all later. Bye-bye.
Have a good one, everybody.